I'm not talking about this movie because of that brain fart I had in episode 1, but because I wanted to talk about one of my favorite childhood movies and one of the most underappreciated digital mediums, DiscoVision, or more commonly called Laserdisc. The technology behind Laserdiscs actually started in the 1970s, in the same year that Grease, Christopher Reeve's Superman, and Space Invaders came out. It may surprise some of you, but Laserdiscs are still analog, not digital. But they were considered better quality than the earlier Betamax and VHS tapes. And while those formats had their problems, Laserdiscs had one big problem, and it is called disc rot, where the aluminum layers within the disc start to oxidize. You can tell when that happens because there will be small coffee-colored stains on the disc, or if you hold it to a bright light and cover the center, you can see tiny pinpricks of light shining through. Did you know that Matchbox, the company that makes those little die-cast 1/64th scale toy cars, used to make models? I didn't know that until I bought these. Models of a Humber Mark II and a Henschel 126. The Humbler was a British light armor car, used for reconnaissance during World War II. The German-made Henschel 126 was also built for reconnaissance, but get this, it was used in the air. These are just simple 1/76 scale models made of two colors of plastic so you wouldn't really have to paint them, and decals. I don't really know how good the decals would be, as these were made in 1973. Still a cool find though. Mixing a 50s aesthetic, retro-futuristic technology, a post-apocalyptic wasteland, engaging stories, a pinch of nerd humor, and a dash of pop culture references. What is not to like about the Fallout series? This is the 2003 sold-out software release of the game, which was created by Black Island and Interplay. This version was originally sold in the UK, and even though it is about 20 years old, it is possible to get it to play on a modern computer. But it can take a while. It took me longer than I care to admit to get it to play on my laptop. Rough wind that moanest loud, grief too sad for song. Wild wind when sullen cloud knells all the night long. Sad storm whose tears are vain, bare woods whose branches strain, deep caves and dreary main, wail for the world's wrong. Can you believe the guy that wrote that married the woman who wrote Frankenstein? Percy Bysshe Shelley was a British poet and philosopher, and this book, published in 1924, making it nearly 100 years old, contains selections of his poetry, as well as some from his friend, John Keats. Now, I already read something by Shelley. Why don't I finish this video by reading a bit of Keats' poetry? O soft embalmer of the still midnight, shutting with careful fingers and benign our gloom-pleased eyes embowered from the light, enshaded in forgetfulness divine. O soothe this sleep, if it so please thee close, in midst of this thine hymn my willing eyes, or wait the amen ere thy poppies throws around my bed its lulling charities. Then save me, or the past day will shine upon my pillow, breeding many woes. Save me from curious conscience that still hoards its strength, for darkness burrows like a mole. Turn thy key deftly in oiled wards, and seal the husked casket of my soul.